Hello, Empire Builders. It is so great to be back. So, if we haven't met before, I'm Jess Laverde, and today we're talking all about what it takes to have an evergreen group coaching program. So, if you're catching the live, hashtag live. If you're catching the replay, hashtag replay. And if you're new, welcome. I am the founder of the Self-Made Empire Coaching and Consulting Program. And we work with experts and coaches to help you in scaling your business in a way that's going to work for you. Our entire focus is helping you craft an exquisite group coaching program, masterminds, retreats, but doing so in a way that's going to allow you to live the life that you want and in a way that is in alignment with who you are. So when you work with us, we customize your journey every step of the way, and we do so at scale, which is really pretty incredible. Now, it's been a while since I've been live in here, and I apologize. It's summer, the kids are home, we've been in a move, and we are getting back in the swing of getting in here regularly to bring you the best things that you need in order to grow a multi-six and seven-figure coaching consulting business. Now, today, I want to talk to you about making the switch from launching to an evergreen enrollment group coaching program, aka an open enrollment program. Okay, now before you freak out, let's talk about this. So you're probably thinking, okay, I've been launching and I've been starting in cohorts and I've been doing this thing and I don't quite know how I can transition into an open enrollment program. And so what does that look like? For people who are new, what this looks like is every time you launch, whether you do an enrollment event, you do a challenge, you do a workshop, you're putting on your calendar a launching type event. And you start a brand new group with a very start date and end date, right? It has a hard start and a hard finish. And you do this 4, 6, 8, 10 times a year for some of you, right? And I'm here to tell you that gets exhausting. Totally, utterly exhausting. Now, in our accelerator, what we do is we help you build, modify, market, fill, and deliver your rolling group coaching program. See, we've been through the launch cycle. We've done that whole launching every 6 to 8 weeks, having people come in and join us within our programs. And one, it's exhausting. And two, you get faced with this situation where you have to decide if you want to start a brand new group for every time people come in, or if you want to put them into the group that already exists. And for me, I didn't want to start a new group every time. I didn't want to have multiple Facebook groups. I didn't want to have multiple calls. I didn't want to have to have our team scattered throughout multiple calls throughout the week, because honestly, that is not simple and that is not scalable. And we are all about a simple business model. Here's what happens. We run 2 programs in our coaching business. We have a 6-month and we have a 1-year program. Now, both of these programs have open enrollment, meaning they are constantly enrolling people into them, and we onboard you in a group setting. So why is this important? First of all, let's talk about this. From a business strategy standpoint, this is a business model decision, okay? And one of the first things we cover if you join us in our accelerator, we sit down and we look at exactly how many offers you have, because we don't want 6, we don't want 7, we don't want a whole bunch. We want to have a simple, sustainable business. So we want a few core offers, right, that are going to set us up for monthly recurring revenue. Finally, it prevents you from having to create a bunch of new offers. It prevents us from having multiple courses. It prevents us from having multiple places to meet our clients and fulfill on our transformation. And why that's important is because our whole goal when our clients join our programs is to get them to a transformation. They want the fastest, easiest, simplest way to get there. And our programs are that roadmap for them. So if you're having to, have multiple groups running at the same time and you're in multiple places with multiple people all over the place, it's going to get messy really, really fast. So for me, the business model for me is I've got 2 offers. I know exactly how they work together. I know exactly who's a good fit for which ones, and we openly enroll into those. I don't like hard start and hard stop points. I don't want to have to go and have this big, massive launch in order to get people into my programs. I like consistency. I don't know about you, but I love consistency. I don't like the pressure. I don't like the risks of launching. I don't like what if this doesn't go as planned? What if I don't hit my goal number to have a 6-figure launch? When you go into that and you know that there are things riding on that, your team, your own financial stability, it becomes a very high stress environment versus when we have a rolling group coaching program. You are able to bring people in, and we can do so in a way that is in alignment with who you are. So let's talk about what it takes to deliver a program like this. So first of all, you want to make sure that for you, when you start doing a enrollment, like a rolling group enrollment program, you need to know how to deliver your group coaching sessions to get your clients momentum based on where they are. You need to know how to lead as you're growing your business. And you need to know how to look at data so that you can make improvements to help your clients get results. So let's talk about what you need for this to happen. First and foremost, you have to have an incredible onboarding experience. This falls into delivery in your business model. Okay, so why is this important? Well, one, it sets the tone for your program. It's going to let people understand what it's like to work with you from the very beginning. When people buy, they're buying emotionally. They're buying this experience. They're buying the opportunity to work with you and your team to change their lives. That is a very emotional experience. And so when our onboarding isn't as stellar as we'd like it to be, you're going to start to get refunds. You're going to start to see your client results fall off. Your onboarding experience will make or break your program because it is that. It is everything. And it is one of the things that most coaches don't like to talk about. It's not talked about enough, and it is something that has to have its own thing. It is a very serious part of your program. So when you start to think about your onboarding process, if you've already been working with clients, tell me in the comments below, what does your onboarding process look like? What do you see? Because for us, we're constantly testing and tweaking. We're keeping track of our clients throughout our program. We can see where in our onboarding we missed something so that we can then become proactive at fixing it in the future. Okay, so that goes into step 2, which is your client tracking system. You want to make sure that you have a way to track your clients from start to finish. Okay, this is, what questions are being asked? Where are your clients falling off? Where are you seeing the same question getting asked again and again and again in your program? And where can you fill that hole within your program or even your onboarding experience? You need to have the data from your program in order to become proactive. This takes you out of reacting to everything that shows up in your business and allows you to be a proactive coach. It's going to allow you to know where some of these pitfalls fall. Now, here's the catch. If you haven't done a group coaching program, you're moving from one-to-one to group coaching, you may not know this stuff yet, and that's okay. That's the beautiful part. We start based on our experiences, we begin to look at our data, we implement, we enroll people into our program, and then we start to see, okay, we enrolled 5 people, 3 people fell off here, we need to fix this. The data is what's going to give you the ability to make data-driven decisions, not a whim, not a, I think this should go here, but really looking at that client journey from onboarding all the way through transformation. That's going to allow you to see exactly what you need to do to be proactive, tweak, fix, change, okay? So the whole point there is, as a coach, we are leading our clients to change. We are becoming a good leader. And as a good leader, we not only look at ourselves, but we look at our processes, we look at our system, and we determine where we can tweak and improve. And instead of being emotional, we use the data to help us make these decisions. So let's talk a little bit about how this works. So over the course of the past year, we have done numerous enrollments into our group coaching program. Okay, we have done group onboarding, we have done one-on-one onboarding, we have done a small cohort in groups by themselves with 1 month of working with us individually before getting moved into the big group. We have tried numerous different onboarding situations for our clients, and the one thing I can tell you is that you have to test things out. You have to get your feet wet, you have to get into the trenches, and you have to see what works with your audience and look at your data over time, and then you tweak until you find what works best for you, your clients, and your team. Okay, so how does this work with an evergreen marketing system so you can get out of launching all the time? Well, you have two options when it comes to onboarding. One is you have regular onboarding weeks on your calendar. How you get here is you go through the onboarding process, you dial in those processes and procedures for yourself, your team, and your clients. And then you can have regular onboarding weeks built into your calendar that you know everyone who comes in for the month of July is going to start the first or second week of August, right? So you can have those regular onboarding group environments built into your calendar so that everything that comes in from your marketing has a very finite start date, and you can onboard in a group and have a cohort who is kind of working together without having to actually have to wait for a huge launch to do that. The second one is that you can onboard throughout the month. Again, this is all about dialing in your onboarding systems, right? You have to have it dialed in. This can be a rolling. So you can have someone sign up July 26th and you onboard them on the 30th. You can have someone enroll on August 1st and you onboard them on the 6th. This is where it actually helps you to get into the trenches, do the work, go through multiple iterations, test and see what works and feels good for you based on who you are, right? So really think about all of this when you're putting together your group coaching program. It can be very easy to move from one-to-one into a group program. It can be very easy to take what you've been doing in a launch cycle and turning it evergreen so that your clients still get the same result without you being completely overwhelmed, without being completely tired. And if you want us to kind of talk to you about where you are in moving into maybe a more evergreen group coaching model, I would love to talk to you, because truth be told, that launch cycle is tiring. It has a place in your business, but it should not be the sole factor for driving people into your coaching programs. And if you're running multiple programs, let me talk to you about how we can streamline those. There's a client that we worked with, and she had, I want to say 6 programs off the top of my head. We streamlined them into 3, relaunched the program as a remake, and she went and generated $45,000 within the course of 6 weeks of us doing that. If you're ready for those kinds of results, if you're ready to take your your coaching programs and turn them into a group coaching program or an evergreen coaching program, let's chat. Comment below group, and myself or my team will be in contact with you. If you have questions, drop them below. I can't wait to see you in the next